Okay, so I've got Sadie here, and this is London. And they were so excited, and they were on the couch, and I found out that Sadie will growl at her guardians when they try to remove her from the couch. So we put her on a leash and pulled her down, and I'm stepping on the leash, giving her a doggy timeout. London also continued to protest, so London is now also getting a doggy timeout. Now, as you see, originally we had like a level 5, level 6 energy. Now we're down to maybe like a level 3 energy. She's still breathing heavy. She's not calm yet, but she's calmer. So it's going to be important that we, again, I would assign and I would have you guys practice, you know, guessing or gauging the dog's energy as you see him wandering around, so that you guys are on the same page. But every time they pass level 5 energy, I want you guys to put the dog on a leash and give them this timeout. Now, again, as we were talking off camera, the thing that we can't do is do this if we're not satisfying their physical needs. So if we don't get them a walk or a run, it's not appropriate to do this sort of thing. Now we're doing this in a stopgap measure for the session. So now we're down to like maybe a level 2 energy. So now that she's relaxed, well, I was about to. When the dog is relaxed completely, a lot of people make the mistake of telling the dog, good job, petting it, or letting it off the leash. Now, if we do any of those 3 things, that's going to tell the dog we're done, and she's going to go right back to what she was doing. So that's why I wasn't 100% sure. I was getting ready. I was close to, but as we saw, she got right back up. Laying down, nothing happened, and all of a sudden ramped it back up. So again, I'm guessing the majority of you guys' problems are from 2 reasons. Number 1, we don't have any rules and structure. So the dogs think that we are equals, or in this case, probably superior to the humans. So we don't have to listen to them because we're the boss of them. And having too much unspent energy, most dogs get that's when they get in trouble. So when I do the leash timeout, I want to give, just like here, the dog just enough room to stand or sit next to me. We don't want to do too much so the dog has to cower down or, is held down. Now, when the dog finally sits down, let's say that this is the foot's on a leash and the dog sits here, I take the foot and I slide it towards the dog to take the tension off of the leash. A dog will always pull against a tense leash, which is what we have going on here with London. So we want to immediately take that tension off the leash. Now, with these dogs, I could guess if you do that, as soon as you take the tension off, they're going to get up and try to move away. So if that's the case, the next time they sit down, wait a second, and then slowly start moving your foot towards them. Make it more gradual. And keep repeating that process until they stay sitting. Now, once they're sitting and we've taken all of the tension off of the leash, then we're just going to wait for them to LAY. Now, we're not going to tell them SIT or LAY, because if we tell them they're just following a command, it doesn't mean anything. When they do it on their own accord, they're signifying, they're actually communicating, I'm taking a more subordinate position because sitting and lying down is more subordinate, but also it puts the dog at a disadvantage. If somebody came in to attack her and she's laying down, she has to expend energy getting up, and that takes time and slows her down. And that puts her at a strategic disadvantage. So when a dog is on a timeout like this and it sits, it's actually more communicating with you. Look, I'm putting myself in a disadvantageous position. So it's communicating, I'm not challenging you as much. Same thing with lying down is even more so. But I wanted the dog to do it on their own. So as soon as the dog sits, we work on it, whether we have to do it gradually or immediately, but we want to take that tension off. There we go. And so I made sure there's no tension on the leash. Now, once they lay down, we wait to make sure that they are still calm, because as we just saw, she was laying down, but it was very, very short-lived. We want to achieve like a level 1, level 2 energy. Now, when the dog is completely calm, then I take my foot off the leash like this. Now, she is free. Now, I did this too early, and I'm just doing this for this video to demonstrate. But now she's free to go about and do what she wants to do, and she's going to be dragging the leash. Now, we don't want to let her drag the leash unsupervised, because she could get it caught on something and injure herself. I got her with the leash. But if we pet her, take her off the leash, or tell her good job, she thinks that we're done, and she's going to go right back to what she was doing. If we leave her on the leash, let her drag around for a minute or two. If she does ramp back up, just like she did, I can just step on the leash and reapply the consequence. And if a couple minutes later she stays calm, then we can take the leash off. But you guys are going to have to set the appropriate level of energy. Just like with kids, there's indoor play, outdoor play. And indoor energy, outdoor energy. So, and she just really wants to get back up on the couch. She wants to get herself some more status. But sorry, Henry, those days are over. Yeah, you're going to chew yourself free. A couple Pits and Roddies have tried. You're not going to do it on that leash. Now, if they do get to the point where they're chewing to the point where they are chewing a leash, then get a chain leash and just step on the chain leash. Just be careful about, obviously, your hardwood. I just do it on the carpet.
Am I holding her good enough? Or?
I would pull it a little bit closer now. She's got too much room. Again, she should have just enough room to stand or sit, but she should be right next to you. And what we're doing is, again, we're removing her freedom. We're taking, if you can't control yourself, then I'm taking over.
And we do this anytime they're levels over
Over level 5.
So what about like playtime for them? Right?
Playtime is different.
To play?
Well, but I would make that playtime over 5 outside the house. They can play it under level 5 inside. If they're as soon as they do that, either you put them outside or you put them back on the leash.
Yeah, but when they start playing, it turns into them.
Yeah, it'll escalate. That's why it's going to be. I would make that more of an outdoor sort of activity. You can play inside, but if it's inside. You are the king and queen, so you set the rules. So either you play at my rules or you go outside and play.
Okay.
All right.